Previously on Dating Myself, I took you guys back to Paris in September last year, where I had one of the most transformative experiences of my whole life. A breakup in the most romantic, beautiful city in the world. And while the present me is more than grateful for this experience and relearning my independence, this breakup, the way that it happened, was honestly quite traumatic. In this series, I show you guys how I learned to love myself, as well as showing you guys the way that I show up for myself on a day-to-day basis in the present moment. In today's episode, we are going right back. We are going back to the very beginning where it all started. I'm 5. It's the middle of summer. I'm wearing a lilac leotard with a purple tutu, performing for my parents on a homemade stage built from wood. I'm singing my parents a song while they sit, hands resting on their laps, patiently waiting for me to finish. And then high school happens. I'm so overweight compared to my classmates that they begin to steal my lunch every day to try and starve me. I have an obsession with Audrey Hepburn. I hang up posters with "Paris is always a good idea" in fancy block letters dotted with frosted cupcakes and croissants. I write entries in my journal of what it may feel like to be in love. And so I wish my childhood away. I lose a lot of weight, but in a way that I wouldn't recommend. I start to morph into this girl who is popular. Suddenly, people are complimenting me instead of calling me disgusting. Boys show me attention. They tell me I look like their favorite celebrities and ask me on dates. I even go on a couple of them. I'm suddenly the girl people want to be instead of the girl people want to hate. But I get caught up in what it feels like to be adored instead of despised for how I look. I stop doing music. I hand in half-finished art books to be graded. My teacher tells me I'm wasting my potential, but I've already decided I want to be a nutritionist and the art doesn't matter anyway. I need stability, money, success. This is where I went wrong. Fast forward until recently, I decided to turn inwards. I sit in parks, the sun on my back, drawing with graphite, hands completely covered in grey. I immerse myself back into the world I'd locked away at 13 years old. I don't care if I'm pretty. I care about being kind. I care about loving hard. I care about creating, I care about nourishing, and I care about you. Hello guys. This episode has taken me so long to film because honestly, going through all of my old videos, all of my old photos, I even went through my old journal, was really hard for me. Something that I didn't think would, I guess, bring up old memories, but it really did. As you can probably see, I had a pretty rough childhood when it comes to friendships and connecting with people on some level where I build trust and, confidence. And I think it's important for you guys to see this because I had to learn all of these things. I had to learn how to love myself. I had to learn how to trust other people. I had to learn how to move around in this world really confidently. And these are all things I actually did to get me to the place I am today, where I feel comfortable enough to upload videos to 6,000 people on the internet and upload little beauty videos to 15,000 people on TikTok. Only recently that I feel like I've just completely lost my sense of insecurity and I just don't care, because I realized that the best feeling in the world is giving value to people. And I always knew growing up that I wanted to be in some sort of industry where I want to help other people, and that's why I did a psychology degree. That's why I went down the route of doing clinical neuropsychology. This is a way for me to be creative while also being able to help potentially thousands of people. I will say I don't expect that everyone would feel drawn to my video, feel like they get value from me. However, if I could just help one person, or if I can just provide comfort to one person, I really feel like my purpose is complete. So one of my favorite things that I started to do when I was younger, actually, and I found this in my journal the other day from when I was 14 years old, I call it a joy list. A joy list is pretty self-explanatory, but essentially it's a list of things that really light you up inside and that you can actually realistically implement into your day-to-day life. The purpose of this list is for everything to be accessible. So you want to be able to look at your list and pick out anything in that list and be able to go do it immediately without any delays, without any restrictions. I've actually been doing this since I was a kid. It's kind of funny because when I started studying counseling, I realized that there was actually a psychological reason behind why this works. There is a technique called the miracle question, and essentially it is when you ask your client to get them to envision their ideal routine in their day that they would have if they didn't have a specific problem in their lives. So it really gets them to sit in this space of what their ideal realistic life would look like, and it allows them to get to a place where they can move toward that version of their life. That is what this joy list does. It is here for you to write down things that you know make you feel good, and it is there as inspiration and a guide for you to implement those things into your life every day. Everything on this list must be completely accessible to you. So if you are putting things on your list like going to a fancy dinner and this and that, and you don't have the finances for it, do not do it. You are putting yourself out, and it's not part of the purpose of this list. The purpose of this list specifically that I'm going to be doing with you guys today is to get you back to that inner child, to get you back to that place that you know is deep down inside you of just joy and freedom and feeling comforted and carefree and confident in the world. For me, my joy list is very simple, and the top of the list is something that I know you guys will know about me if you follow me on any of my social media, and that is I love taking myself out on dates. Hence the title of this series. I love specifically taking myself to a cafe. I don't know what it is about cafes, but it does something to my senses where I just feel so much more peaceful when I'm working there. I just know that I'm gonna have a good day if I take myself out for coffee in the morning, and it's something that I like to do pretty much every single day, and it costs me what, like $6? Number 2 is buying fresh flowers. Like a little gift for yourself that I just feel is so beautiful, and nothing lights me up more than seeing a vase of fresh flowers sitting on my bedside table every week, even if it dies in 3 days. That is really important to me, and I notice a big difference in how I feel when I do that. Number 3 on this list is actually reading. It's something that I grew up doing. I used to devour books as a kid, and I loved reading, I loved writing. It just brought me so much joy and peace, and it's something that I'm trying to actively bring back into my adult life again. At the moment, I'm reading A Waiter in Paris. I love this book. It is so good, and the style that the author has is just so digestible, and it's given me a lot of inspiration in my journaling. It is actually like an autobiography, but the way that he has written this book, it makes you feel like you're reading a fiction book. It's amazing. I really recommend that book. The next thing on my list is drawing, specifically drawing still lifes, because I can get so frustrated with myself when I'm trying to do portraits because I'm just really bad at it. But when I do a still life, I have something solid in front of me that I can actually draw and reference to. So that's number 4, and it's something really like easy for me to do. I am not very good at drawing people. I'm trying to get better at it, but that's just one of the joys of art, is you don't have to be amazing at it. You just have to let yourself like fall into it and be able to make mistakes. But it is really cool when you see yourself progress, because I know that I definitely am getting better, but I still have a long way to go. Number 5 is lighting candles. I know it's kind of self-explanatory, but I am obsessed with mood lighting. I will never turn on the big light. I need to have everything dim. I just love having like a nice yellow toned bedside lamp with some candles, maybe some incense. It's just something that always makes me feel so much more relaxed. Number 6 is skincare, and not just any skincare routine, but I mean doing a full skincare routine, a double cleanse, a serum, a treatment, face oil, face mask, like anything that I can to just make myself feel really, really pampered. I love doing this. It's something that I don't do every day, but it just feels so nice when I take that extra step to look after myself. Number 7 is go for a walk, because that is by far the best way to get me in a good headspace. If I can, I'll go for a run. It's something I've only just started to recently do again, but walking is honestly just as good. I don't really love high impact exercise, so walking is just the best way to get some fresh air, be in nature, kind of disconnect from everything for a little while. Number 8 is cook a nourishing meal. The best way to show yourself immediate love is to make yourself a really healthy, nourishing meal. Something that is satiating, satisfying. It's my favorite way to look after myself. Number 9 on my list is connect. And when I say this, I mean really connect with people. Whether it's making time to reach out to people in my life, because I oftentimes will get so hyper-focused on work that I really struggle to remind myself to reply to my friends. Connecting with people is so important, and it is such a vital part of being a human being is having relationships and having friendships. So make new friends as well online. I have a new Instagram account at the moment, which I have created. It is just amazing. I feel like I'm connecting with so many people all over the world on that account, and it's just so heartwarming. And as someone who, as you guys will know, grew up severely bullied and traumatized from other human beings, being able to make friends with people is really, really lovely, and it's something that I know my younger self would be so appreciative for. Really quick side note to this, I didn't really tell you guys everything that I went through as a kid when I was bullied, because to be honest, a lot of it is not something that I kind of want to share on the internet because it really was so horrible. We all have things that we are healing from. We all have something. It could be something horrible, or it could be even just a conversation you have with someone that rubbed you the wrong way or that left you feeling hurt. It could be a friendship that fell apart. It could be friendship where you just naturally grew apart from someone. There are so many things that we are healing from on a day-to-day basis, and healing is just a completely natural, everlasting part of being a person. And you know, I wanted to include what happened to me in the beginning of this video because I wanted to show you guys the fact that I had to learn these things. I had to learn confidence. I had to learn self-love. We're all on the same page when it comes to healing. The next thing on my list is something that I'm really excited to share with you guys now, and it is making art. So I know that I wrote here drawing, but for me, I've created Dreami as my way of having an outlet of creativity, and it's something I started a few years ago. I started making ceramics and jewelry on my bedroom floor during lockdown, and people were so in love with it that they started asking me to sell it, and so I did. And as you guys know from my last video, I sold out in my first launch. Life happened and COVID was over, so we went out of lockdown and I ended up going back to work, which was probably the worst mistake I think I've made, because I actually could have done my business full time, but I was so driven for money and stability that I chose a casual job over my own business. When I did that, I guess I was inadvertently telling myself that I didn't think that my business was good enough to be a full-time business, and I know looking back on it that that's just not true. I know that it would have thrived, and it honestly made me spiral for years. It's not until about a couple weeks ago that I thought, you know what, Dreami is good enough. It is good enough. I just need to start believing in myself more. It was when I uploaded that first dating myself video that I really had to sit back and watch that scene that I filmed, and I just thought, no, like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be the person that I wanna be today. So I quit my job and I am still a student. I'm still studying, although it is really hard at the moment, but I've decided to take Dreami full time. It's funny because the second I decided that, my TikTok blew up and a video that I had had sitting there for months went viral, and it resulted in so many opportunities for content creation that I was not expecting at all. Now I'm able to do that as a job as well. I'm really excited to say that since I started this series on my channel, I have gone through my own healing, and I think I'll continue to go through it. The most amazing part to me is now I'm actually a full-time content creator and business owner. That is something I can't believe I'm saying. I am risking a lot to do this, but I think it's going to be worth it. So I'm going to show you guys some of the pieces that are launching on Friday, which are only going to be probably a couple days after you see this video. I hand make all of these pieces, and I wish I filmed me making them for you guys, but I honestly just forgot because I was in my own world. But they are all genuine, real crystal and pearl necklaces. I've never seen anything like this before, and that's why I'm really excited, because I feel like I finally created a product for Dreami that is a signature product. It's something that I've had people message me saying, I've never seen anything like this before, and I'm just so proud of these pieces, you guys. Like, they are beautiful, and I'm a perfectionist. The fact that I'm saying this is really, really big, because you will never catch me saying my work is perfect, but I honestly think these are pretty close. This one here is really cute. It's got a little flower hanging, I don't know if you can see that, and a little bow. You can just cut the bows off if you don't like them. I've just hand tied them on there, but I just think it's a really nice touch. So I've got a couple of crystal necklaces, and I also have a few chokers as well that are mostly pearl. Our signature necklace for the collection is the White Swan necklace, and this collection is actually called the White Swan. It is this one here. It's got lace trimmings and a satin bow, and it's got a magnetic clasp. Pretty much all of the necklaces have a magnetic clasp in this collection. However, I do have my crystal ones which have extenders, so you can choose to wear it as a choker or you can choose to wear it as a longer necklace. These are my crystal ones. They've got the beautiful white satin bow. I have a lilac version as well. Literally everything is either crystal or pearl. So that is my joy list complete. These are all things that I have really reflected on over the last few weeks, and getting to implement these things back into my life, taking myself to cafes, buying myself fresh flowers, drawing more, making more art, connecting with people, has all led me back to my business, being the most myself I think I've been in a long time. And that's what I hope this joy list will do for you. It'll bring you back to those parts of yourself that are simple in a sense, but also so important to you and your happiness. That is it for this little episode, you guys. I honestly could make these videos so much longer, but I just feel like I would never get them out if I did that, because they do take a while to edit. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the series, and I hope that it brought you a little bit of clarity, maybe a little bit of inspiration for you. If you did like the video, it would mean so much if you subscribe if you want to, and if you did like the video, if you just want to press the like button, because that really helps my channel, my series, get seen by different people who may need to hear it. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode, which I've already planned out, so it'll be coming soon. And now that I'm doing this full time, you guys will get more regular videos from me. Make a joy list, you guys. Go on Pinterest, screenshot some photos, make a collage in Canva if you want to, what I did here, and I am obsessed with it. And just do it, go for it. Make sure you are loving yourself every single day, okay? All right guys, I'll see you in the next video.